Hi, good evening, Kenyans. This is going to be very short and brief, so please pay attention. Now, uh, we are heading to a very, very dangerous era. Um, our bus, the Kenya that we're living in, it's heading very fast to a ditch or running into a cliff, over a cliff. But I'm here to bring Um, well, I don't like to talk about people, so I talk about myself, bring my issues, Kenyans judge me, and you decide. So I'm talking about 2022. Now, the question is, what if I was your president come 2022? You're going to ask, who is this kid? I don't know him. Never seen him, never seen his face. Uh, yeah, it's about time you meet him. My name is Nelson, and I thought about a question. If I was president 2022, what should I do right? Maybe this is a sort of like a tutorial for those people who are aspiring to be president in 2022. What do you need to do? What are some of the issues we are facing in our country, right? So when you clean a cup, where do you clean? Outside, inside, inside, outside. Mm. You start inside or outside, going inside. Well, they say when you sweep in a house, you sweep inside, going outside. So, when I am president, 2022, oh, no, 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 not when I am president. When, if, yes, yes, I won't be killed for this one. If I was president in 2022, I will highlight the following. I will fix the following major issues. Number one, I will fix corruption. Well, this is like rust eating a metal. Now we need this metal to hold up our house, which is Kenya. Now we have rust, which is eating away this metal, and soon we will not have a Kenya if we let this rust keep eating our country. So, the other thing that I'm going to highlight is joblessness. In our country, we have so many youth, yet we say that we have a lot of joblessness. You go to school, you don't even know if you're going to get a job. I am going to fix that. Man, I know you have some questions. How are you going to do that? We have had that before. Remember, I must tell you something. I know what I'm saying is crazy, that I'm going to fix some of the things that have never been fixed before. So I'm going to fix joblessness. I'm going to fix the people who have gone to school and cannot get work. I'm going to fix those people who have experience and have been laid out of work or somehow don't have a job. We have those people who have not gone to school, they are hardworking, they deserve a chance for their effort. So I'm going to fix their side of joblessness without education, and I'm going to put them to a perspective labor force. Yes. So the other thing that I'm going to fix is food insecurity. I don't think in any capacity where we are right now that in our country people should be sleeping on the streets, people should be sleeping hungry in Kenya. We have the rains, we're not using the water, it comes for in a short time and it goes away. The sun comes, scorches the land, burns away some wastelands, and we start dying of hunger. I am going to fix. If I was president. Remember, if I was president in 2022, I would fix the following. Yes, I would fix corruption. I would fix food insecurity. I would fix the water scarcity. Well, you might say I am not God to fix water scarcity, but yes, I have God on my side. And that way, I will fix the water crisis because water comes from God and God is on my side. So, how are you going to lack water? We have, no, not we. Uh, I promise that if I was president, I would take care of this problem. Maybe the question would be like, how would you do that? And then the other issue that I will talk about is insecurity in our country, in our borders. But all this comes from my top point, corruption. If we didn't have corruption, we would curb insecurity pretty much. So my biggest people are the youth. But anyways, you might ask me, you are crazy. How do you even think about who are you? How do you think about 2022 becoming a president? Who are you and what do you have on your side? Well, my name is Nelson. I have a name to my side and I have a God to my side. Whatever you think, maybe I've disappointed you. I didn't say I have $1 trillion or whatever. That is fine. Well, with the power and the will of the people, anything is possible. So, what does Kenya need? Maybe if I can address this question. What does Kenya need? Kenya needs a virgin president. Yes, I said a virgin president, untouched, you know, and uncorrupted. Someone who's passionate to bring real radical change. We have seen a few people in our country who really go out and do some really good stuff. Well, they say sometimes when good things happen, sometimes bad things have to happen. So that's why I put the word real radical change. That is what Kenya needs. Kenya needs a virgin president, someone untouched, someone uncorrupt, someone passionate to bring real radical change to common citizens, to the majority, the people who build the nation. It's not money that builds the nation. If we had to move all of us from Kenya and leave our money here, trust me, when we come back the next year, we will not find anything. We will not find new cities. We won't find new roads. Nothing. So it is the people that make a country. It is the people that make a country be deserving of a president. So that is one thing Kenya needs, a virgin president, and corrupt, passionate to bring real radical change. The other thing that Kenya needs is a God fearing man. Hmm. Am I God fearing? Yes, I am God fearing. Um, how do you fear God? Not trembling. No. You love your neighbor as you love yourself. Being a servant of God and a friend to man. That is my motto. I am always a servant of God and a friend to man. A friend to man being my fellow citizens. Now, I think roads are not worth more than um, 45 million lives. I think good houses are not worth more than 45 million lives. I think long railway stations and railways is not worth more than 45 million lives. Food security, water security, security itself of the lives of Kenyans is worth something now. We can talk of its worth towards Kenyan citizens. Now, like I said, Kenya needs a virgin president. Yes, like me, or someone like me, yeah. Kenya needs a God-fearing man. Yes, again, you're right, like me. The other thing Kenya needs is a loving president. Huh. Who is a loving president? One that is overprotected when it comes to safeguarding the lives of Kenyans. Someone who can protect the fathers of Kenya, someone who can protect the mothers of Kenya, someone who can protect the sons and daughters of Kenya, someone who can protect the leaders of Kenya, someone who can protect the media of Kenya, the image of Kenya. Now, what will be now? What would be our uh, what would be our objective if I were president in 2022? Now, why would I do all this? Why would I fight corruptions? Why would I fight joblessness? Why would I fight food insecurity? Why would I fight um, water insecurity? Why would I fight insecurity of the security of Kenyans? Well, this is a change, something Kenyans have not had for. We are good in fighting, you've seen when we go to the streets, we can throw stones, but we need now real soldiers, real fighters to fight corruption. I am excited myself because you know what? When you call 45 million people to fight one enemy, corruption, that's going to be something. So, what will be our objective? Our objective will be to bring a change to reconstruct our moral character, the Kenyan moral character. I'm sure we have lost a few investors, good investors, due to our wrecked image. So we are going to work to that, to reconstruct our moral character. Not because we need investors, not because we need people to see us as a good nation, but just because we want to live in a sane society. We want to live in just a normal world. You know, we want opportunities to be fair and free, or should I say free and fair for all. Equality must be found uh, while we are reconstructing our moral character. So some of the things that we will do to actually achieve this is to declog corruption from our society. Declog, meaning that where corruption has clogged some of the main channels of passing, of maybe having a successful society, we are going to declog that. Maybe you might ask myself, yeah, you might ask me, how? How will you declare this? People have tried, people have died, people have tried, people have failed. Well, people have failed, people have tried. I am passionate. I have God on my side and 45 million Kenyans willing to fight. So, you who are asking that question, you're on your own. So I have a team behind me. I have a team of Kenyans. So you're asking maybe the wrong question. You should be joining us because we are heading over to war. Yes, fight corruption. The other thing we would do is format corruption ideas from all channels. Format corruption ideas from all available channels. So anyone who is corrupt, we are going to ask them to abort their plans. And not in a nice way. We are going to come at you very hard. You will not see what happened. But you're going to change because you want to live in a good society. You want your children to live in a good society. You want your siblings, you want your future generations to live in a good society. And that's what we are going to work for. At least, if we die trying, then we die trying. At least for the good cause. I'm willing to die trying. All right. So the other thing that I'm going to do is work toward a Kenya that is still corruption free, and all Kenyans to experience and enjoy equality in all opportunities past for our citizens. You see, we have something cooking. No, no, not we have something. Something is cooking. So, again, I'll just highlight what I will be working for if I was president 2022. Corruption would be number one. The youth, the workforce would be number two, joblessness. Food insecurity, number three. Water security, number four. That's not in order, but that is because if I was to prioritize, I would prioritize food and security, then this, but I cannot deal with that if I have corrupt officers hiding maize, you know, doing so many things, closing water and, you know, for a price. What is free, man? Come on. So anyways, you might ask me, how am I going to, now I want to highlight how I am going to curb corruption. We have a big land in our country, and this land can be used, unused land actually. People have bought 1,000 acres, 5,000 acres. People have bought land, and we have still free land, government's land, to sorry, my phone. We have government's land that is not used. I'm going to use this land to put my corruption cuts in there. If you think you are a beast in corruption, well, I have a good cage for you. I'm going to build a prison. And I'm saying a prison. Monetary tapping prison. This is not just a normal prison where we punish criminals or corruption criminals. So this prison is going to be one of the biggest prisons, perhaps in Africa and maybe in the world. Why? Because if you're corrupt, if you're cleaning a house, you don't put the dirt in one corner. It wouldn't make sense. It would be a waste of time. You take the dirt, take it outside the house. So I am going to clean corruption monsters. I'm going to catch them, I'm going to put them in cages, and I'm going to store them somewhere. And I'm going to ensure they are psychologists who can understand why they need to be corrupt to live and why they need to take someone's opportunity and maybe ill-treat other people. We have 45 million Kenyans, perhaps. For these 45 million Kenyans, just a few people are holding, can live a good life. A quarter of the people can live a good life. That is not enough. Half of the people cannot live can live an okay life. That is not enough in my books. Everyone needs to work towards achieving a goal, and the goal should be having an equal opportunity for all. If I am able to make 1,000,000 shillings, I think anybody else should be able to make 1,000,000 shillings. If we have made a deal and made $1 trillion, then I think people deserve a chunk of that. Why would it hurt me to put 45 million in people's account? You know, upgrade them, empower them in business. So yeah, for corruption, I think people should be prepared because I am not going to back down. That is where my war is going to begin. So I believe if you corrupt, you should be arming yourself because I will come at you. I will catch you by your tails. I will put you in cages and put you away. Now, there will not be no negotiations. We will freeze your assets. We will take what you have corrupted. If you have taken money, we'll take 10 times what you have taken from your pocket. So if you took money from the Kenyan people, put it in your pocket. Let's say you took 100, you had 1,000 in your pocket. Well, I'm going to take 1,000. No, I'm going to take 1,000. I'll leave you with 100, maybe so that you won't ruin our name, our good name. You can go live somewhere else. All right? So if you took 100 from us, Kenyans, citizens, ordinary citizens, working hard to build a nation, and you take their resources, you put it in your pocket, we will take everything from you. We'll leave you 100 shillings there. So, like I said, an example, if you took 100 shillings from us, put it in your pocket, and then you had 1,000 shillings in your pocket. Trust me, I will take 1,000 shillings. We will take 1,000 shillings and leave 100 shillings for you. You can feed your family with it. But again, why would you want to go that way? I wouldn't want to fight. I wouldn't want to take things from you. Earn it. Work. Tell your family to work. Don't work hard and have your family lazying at home. Every Kenyan has a place. Every Kenyan has a point to prove. Every Kenyan must work to the best of Kenya. So, I'm going to come back and explain my points very clearly. But before I go, maybe I can elaborate more on maybe joblessness. How will I tackle joblessness? We have educated youth that don't have jobs. We have skilled youth that don't have jobs. We have retired skilled people that have worked and retired. They have nothing to do. They have basically all the time to read a newspaper and catch up on politics or something. We can use this. These are tools that I'm going to work with. Uh, we have not had in Kenya of exchange programs, international exchange programs. You see, so what will I do? And then, the other thing is manpower. We have huge manpower within ourselves. So how am I going to tackle joblessness? So I'm going to take this youth and retired people who are passionate about changing Kenya, and I'm going to work with um, ordinary citizens that have the passion to change. So let's say I'm going to form a task force. Now, when you hear about task forces, you hear about a special unit, right? So my special unit is going to be these students who have come out of universities and they don't have a job. I'm going to take those who already came out of universities and they don't have a job. Those perhaps who have a job and they don't feel like they're appreciated. I'm going to give you a case. Let us say accounting and auditing. So I'm going to take these students who have done auditing, accounting, CPAs, CPAK, all that. And I'm going to make these people, this youth, I'm going to empower them into a task force. I'm going to create facilities all over the country for them. And this is going to be my team, my army. They are going to have powers to audit any farm. They are going to have powers to look into any accounts, anyone accounts, and they're going to know exactly, and they're going to help me close loopholes of corruption. If you just won 100 million, it better come from a lottery. Don't just tell me you last week you didn't have a 1 trillion. This week alone you have 1 trillion. You didn't do any business. You didn't do anything. You sat there and money rained into your account. Man, I know many Kenyans. I know 45 million Kenyans who wish money rained into their accounts. But because that is not the way a society is brought up, a good society works very hard and takes care of its resources. So you who are corrupt, you're going to be found either way. So these youth who are my task force, you can say, how are you going to pay this? It's going to be very expensive. Yes, it's going to be very expensive because real radical change is indeed very expensive. So you remember I said about taking 1,000 from a corrupt person's pocket and leaving 100 there? I'm going to use that money to pay my task force until they know that real radical change has come and that it's about time to wake up from your corrupt sleep. I'd like the views of Kenyans. What do you think? So we have a task force, IT people, we have these students who have ideas, who have skill, who have gone to college and they don't have a job. Let's make them into a team. Let's create a task force out of them. How is that? Maybe you might ask me, they might not have enough skill. Well, let me tell you. You remember how I said about retired people? If the retired people came and they were mentors of this, we have some retired auditors and accountants who have done a good job over their entire life. Maybe some are 60, some are 70, maybe 80, some are even 100. But when they look at what Kenya is now, they wish there's something they can do. So I'm going to involve them and they're going to be mentors, they're going to be trainers, and they're going to train my team and they're going to enjoy their remaining life because they have done something for the remaining generation. So I'm going to use these retired people to be my mentors for these facilities, for these task forces, for this team, for this great army. Imagine if we have 20,000 jobless students. Imagine I had, that makes me 20,000 task army ready to fight corruption. 20,000 teams or 20,000 men ready to join my team. Well, so in a way, I'm going to win because it's a win situation because you're taking people who maybe have been seen as losers or maybe have not been appreciated and appreciated them. And they're not just going to work with me and then when now corruption is over, that they are going to go away, we're going to find out that they are going to be a valuable asset for Kenya. So enough of the educated youth. So what about those people who, the youth who do not have an education? They haven't joined any centers. Maybe they're high school dropouts. Maybe they're class 8 dropouts. Maybe they're primary school dropouts. Some maybe never had a chance to go to school. Some are just maybe on the streets as street kids, as a street families. So everyone is going to play a part in this fight. So uh, remember, I said something about international skilled and skilled labor. So if I were president in 2022, of course, this is what I would do. I would create good rapport with these countries that are eager to invest in Kenya, and I will ask them to give me a number of people that I can supply them with manpower. Manpower, right? So these people, they can work, they're willing to work, they have the heart to work, then they can go to these countries, go to the United States, go to Canada, go to Sweden, go to Norway, go to Malaysia, go to countries that actually appreciate people and work for 2 years, come back, do some real change. You know, if you need to a piece of land to construct something, we let you do it. And then you might ask me, how are you going to support this program? Trust me, where there is a way, where there is a path, there is a way. So you have something good, I'm sure it's a path uh, leading to a good way. So for the people that might think, oh, this guy just wants to deal and work with people who are learned. No, if you're not learned, if you honestly want to work and earn a living, we are going to find out a way. And that way is to bring you to a place you can earn using as a small amount of time and maximizing your earnings. So let's say $1 is 100. If you worked 2 years, how many hours is that? Because if you're working about 40 hours a week, how many hours is that? How much money is that? So our country is going to benefit. Poor people we won't need, we will never discuss anything to do with poor people, all right? Because we will have a plan, we will have strategies. So the other thing that I'm going to work on, it's involved heavily on creating a good international relationships with these good countries. Um, I will always be open to discussion, but the good thing is I'll keep my ear very keen and open to the people who have positive ideas. Like I said, I have no time to talk about another politician. I have no time to talk about what the other guy did, what they didn't do, but I'm here to talk about what we can do now that we have a problem. How can we talk about these problems? All right. Um, we have had issues with our media. Our media is going to play a major role in 2022. Let's say, should I be president? I didn't say I'm running, I didn't say I'm interested, but I said if I were president in 2022, I would give the media so much power that they're going to enjoy doing what they just love, you know. All right. So let me remind you again. My name is Nelson. I just had a question. If 2022 I was president and I was entrusted with 45 million lives, I will sweep my house. I will sweep my house of poverty. I will sweep my house from poverty. I will sweep my house from corruption. I will sweep my house from hunger. Make sure there's food in my house. I will sweep my house from insecurity of water. I will sweep my house from rust. So remember, I'm waiting to hear what you Kenyans say, what you, my people, good people say. So until then, I'm going to put this video up and just hear people talk good crap about me. Some people just talk evil about me. It's okay. Whatever you do, you have the right to do whatever you want to do. So go ahead. Just know that I'm a peaceful guy. I hate picking fights. And if I have stepped on anyone's toe, it's my sincere apologies. And that you can find it in you to forgive me. Until then, God bless Kenya.